I'm looking at the schedule here. You got Indianapolis and Pittsburgh, though. So and again, I know that we're not talking about fans and craziness and waving towels, but there is still that temperature in the confluence that is unique to your stadium. The Buffalo one, I don't blame you, man. I mean, that is going to be a great game. It's a Sunday nighter. The whole country. It's at Western New York. It's just up the road. It's just great. I love Josh Allen versus Big Ben. It's just going to be one of those Donnybrooks. But I do think there's a real shot at 16-0, man. I really do. And then the question about that lurks essentially is the one team that the football god schedulers did not see fit to put on the schedule, and that's Kansas City. You got to be genuinely concerned about that being down the road, I imagine, Billy.
Well, especially after watching Mahomes and Hill go off like they did. That's the thing with that team. You got to get up on them early, and you got to keep on the gas as long as you can, because that's the kind of team where it's just all of a sudden it's a waterfall. You're up by 13, and then they score 24, unanswered. So I think getting off on them early is the key. I think you got to give up some coverage to put a spy on Mahomes, but I don't know. I think the Raiders have played them a couple times tough this year. They seem to have a semblance of a defense for them, but the dangerous thing is at any minute it's just raining touchdowns with that team. So, yeah, that team definitely worries me. And I'll tell you who else nobody wants to play is Tennessee. No one wants to see that truck of a man, Henry, running at them, especially if he gets up into the second level. Oh my goodness! He reminds me so much of Jerome Bettis. It's you can just see the defense get deflated when there's 5 minutes left on the field and he comes trotting out. You just know you're in for a 5-minute beating before you might get the ball back.
Yeah, that's
He's just devastating, and I think Tennessee is. I got to tell you, and that's another team, the way you beat them is you got to get off early again. That's how we beat them. Because if you get off early, then
right.
Tannehill looks like he did when he played for the Dolphins. But if they're grinding, man, that's a team I don't think anybody wants to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be a rematch again of that game in which Tennessee came storming back, and Big Ben watching Gostowski miss at the end. It was just like, okay, we'll take that. I mean, didn't see that one coming. And,
but we'll take it, man. We'll take it and run out of here.
Because again, I love you, Billy Gardell. I'm going to give you your dream scenario. You ready for this dream scenario? Here's the dream scenario for you, Steeler.
Go, give me.
For you, Mr. Pittsburgh Steeler. For all the Steelers fans, AFC Championship game. You welcome Le'Veon Bell into your house. You beat him. Then you go to the Super Bowl and you see Antonio Brown in Tampa, where we all know Santonio Holmes once dotted the I for Big Ben, who didn't get the MVP that game. But you go to Tampa against Antonio Brown and you beat them, and Big Ben does get his Super Bowl MVP, and you hoist the Lombardi in 2020. How about that? That's your dream scenario right there, right? That's it.
I'm fine with all that. I love all that. And if the Patriots, they're going to miss the playoffs as well. So
but
that's just
Brady.
Extra joy for all at the holiday season.
But you beat Brady and Antonio Brown in the place where Santonio Holmes dotted the I. But even with all that, Ben didn't get the MVP. You do that, but you got to beat Le'Veon Bell first in your own house. Your thoughts?
And then I think that would be perfect. And then I hope NFL Films will hire me to narrate that. And instead of that deep sentimental voice, I'll just do it as a Yinzer. And then we couldn't believe it. We got down into the end zone and we blew Brady out.
I would pay for that. I would pay for you to do a Yinzer voice over a Steelers championship reel. I would totally buy that. America's game.
Them Steelers were coming in riding an undefeated season, and that ain't easy in that,
Who came on and said that the old joke is how many Pittsburgh Steelers fans does it take to fix a light bulb? Like it's 1 to screw it in and 3 to talk about the great steel curtain days. Who told us that joke? Somebody told us that joke.
That's funny. I don't know.
It'd have to probably be Joe.
I forget somebody told us that joke.
It seems like he would be
How
the
many
one.
Steelers fans does it take to fix a light bulb? 1 to screw it in and 3 to talk about the great steel curtain days while they do it. That's the one that I heard recently. Oh, gosh. All right, so let's...
I see nothing wrong with that. I do that when I'm at the grocery store.
Fantastic.
I remember a couple years ago, I was at the grocery store out here before Super Bowl, and it was the one where we were playing Seattle, and I was at the checkout, and there's a guy behind me in a Seattle shirt, And he had some balloons. He had some Seattle balloons he'd bought at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I turned around and said, you know what? You wait 4 hours, those will be on sale.
How'd that one go with that 12? How'd it go with that 12? Did it go all right?
I'm not sure they get the East Coast humor out here.
No, they do not. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.